Good morning. Today I am going to take the topic business analytics. I am K.C. Rajamuneeswaran, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology. So first of all, data warehouse. What is data warehouse? So data warehouse is based upon the maintaining data for the operational database. Officially, it is subject-oriented, integrated, time-variant, and non-volatile. That means it can be supported for the decision-making process. What is subject oriented is a customer, product, sales. So these three things should be organized for the major role in subject oriented. It should be focused on analysis of data for decision makers, so operations and day-to-day transactions processing. Next one, excluding data that are not useful in the decision support process. So look at the diagram. So based upon the insurance company, what are the data to be needed? There's two areas. One is application areas and another one is called data warehouse areas. So application areas, commercials, insurance systems, accounting basis, then billing and customer billings. So any claim processing systems, then auto policies. So the customers and process should be data that should be mainly based on policies. A premium should be surrounding all the data warehouse process. Data warehouse integrated, constructed by integrating multiple heterogeneous and relational database flat files on the client transaction process. So data cleaning. So what is data cleaning? So unwanted data that should be processed in the data cleaning. That data should be maintained in the data integrations and techniques. Example, hotel price, currency taxes and breakfast. What are the things to be covered in the data warehouse integrated? So look at the diagram for the integrated. Data is stored once in single integration locations. What are the constraints? Customers, data stored and stored in the several databases. Auto policy processing systems, fire policy systems, facts life, commercial accounting systems. So this should be accommodated, integrated with the data warehouse in database. Subject is customer. Customer is the main role for the data processing systems. That is single integration locations. Time variant. Time variant is important sources for the data warehouse because there is an operational systems in data warehousing. It should be significantly processed. So operational database, there's a current value data or any captures or OTP, anything occur in the time variant should be provide information for the historical perspectives. Example, we take it as record for 5 to 10 years. Time variant. Time variant is a data stored in a series of snapshots. So look at the data. How many times the data should be sent? What are the criteria? What are the data should be processed in this time variant? Data is tagged with some element of time, creating data and date. Which data sent to be which date that should be mentioned. Data is available online for long periods of time. That should be forecasting analysis. Suppose we can take it as data for the open source or any live locations data. That should be take it for the time variant. Example, for 5 years or more 5 years. That should be considered for the current years. That data for the example for the next 5 years. Data warehouse non-volatile. A physical separate store of data transformed from the operation environment. That should be data updated, selected, deleted. So some data is unwanted, data should be deleted. That requires only two operations in data accessing. That is initial loading of data and access of data. Non-volatile. Existing data in the warehouse is not overwritten for updated. There is an unwanted data that is not used for the data warehouse. That is, every data should be updated, inserted, deleted. So we can using for the production database. There is an loading all the data into the production database. That database it should be used for the external and data warehouse, and that data used for the another person, that is read only, not for the read, write, execute. Comparison between data warehouse and heterogeneous DBMS. Traditional heterogeneous database is a query based process, and another one is called wrap and mediators. That is data warehouse updated driven. So data driven, query driven means any query. Suppose select star from table name, that is called query. Next one is updated down. That is a high performance. Data warehouse versus operational DBMS. That is a OLTP, OLAP. OLTP means online transaction processing. OLAP is analytical transaction processing. Online analytical processing, online transaction processing. Online transaction processing is, that is purchasing, inventory, banking and payroll registration, accounting. Online analytical processing, that is a data warehouse and decision making. Distinguishing features of the OLTP, that is customer versus market. There is a current demand, detailed, then historical, consolidated. Using database design, that is a ER diagram, we can find out the application versus star plus subject. That data will be mentioned for the evolutionary process and also update process. OLTP versus OLAP, that is a comparison. So some functions, we can take it as criteria: functions, database designs, data usage and access. That is the number of users, database size and metric. There is a minor difference between transaction and analytical process. Some transaction processing we are using 100 MB to GB, then but OLAP 100 GB to TB. Data warehouse, different functions in data warehouse: missing data, data consolidations and data quality. These three things mainly used for the data warehouse. That is, decision support requires for historical data, data consolidations, aggregation for summarizations, and data quality is used for the inconsistent data. Data warehouse for business analysis framework, that is top-down view, data source view and data warehouse view, business query view. Data warehouse decision process, that is grain, atomic level of data, dimensions, measure, top down, bottom up, waterfall and spiral. Data warehouse architecture, conceptual view,